Hey everybody, we're back with a update since it's been a couple weeks since the last one, and we have some pretty cool developments here. There's really a lot going on, and we have a bigger video coming up showing you guys some more of that. But right in front of me here, we have 5 seedlings. These were all from fruit from Stan Mackenzie. One of them is a little different than the rest. This is a Sacaton Citrumelo. And 4, these were all 10-degree tangerine, which is a cross between a clementine and a yuzu. But as you can see here, I picked these all out from the rest of the seedlings I have going because they're a little bit different. If we get close to that one there, that one is trifoliate. This one is kind of mixed, trifoliate, bifoliate, unifoliate. That is let's get that to focus, a bifoliate specimen there. And this one is bifoliate as well. And you can see, of course, the Sacaton Citrumelo here has some leaves that actually look pretty similar to some of the 10-degree tangerine seedlings, kind of almost yuzu-like, kind of long and pointed. Only some of them are bifoliate and trifoliate and has some pretty interesting petioles as well. So basically the common theme with these seeds is none of these look like their counterparts, and it's actually pretty cool. I double sowed seeds into this cell here so you can see this one is our suspected hybrid, and right behind it that's a normal 10-degree tangerine, so you can't tell me those are the same cross. This one for sure is either crossed with a trifoliate or possibly with a Sacaton Citrumelo, since I suspect these may bloom at a similar time, allowing them to cross-pollinate. Because as we can see, this Sacaton Citrumelo looks very different from a lot of the other ones I have growing. A lot of the other ones have thicker, darker leaves, and they're more consistently bifoliate and trifoliate. They don't have these kind of pointed oval leaves, and some of them are even unifoliate. So this one stood out from the rest. These all for sure stood out as hybrids. So that's pretty cool. We have some natural open pollinated hybrids of 10-degree tangerine and Sacaton Citrumelo. So I'm really excited to grow these out. I'm going to be growing them separately from everything else, maybe even grafting them to vigorous rootstock in the future. And we should have some pretty cool trees with hopefully good quality fruit and good hardiness. Now this project over here, this one is one I've been waiting to update you guys on until we saw a little more growth all around here. But this is right next to our laundry machine here with a grow light above there. This is a multi-grafted Citrumelo tree, and I believe the count right now is somewhere between 23 and 25 varieties, perhaps even more, and we have more coming. But to give you a rough kind of look at things, this is a trifoliate orange branch, which, I mean, it has just grown so vigorously. Look at that leaf. I suspect that grafting trifoliate orange on Citrumelo may yield bigger, juicier fruit, which would be pretty cool to see. But you can see this is far outpacing anything else growing on here. We have some cool ones, like over here is Carolina Lime. We have, let's get it to focus, Rusk Citrange. We have, well actually this is Prague right here, it hasn't budded out yet. But we have Sinton Citrange Quat. Down here is Dragon Lime. Actually, let's see if we could get you guys a little closer here. There we go. Come on. Alright, that's not focusing very well. There we go. So you can see that it's got one big bloom there and one smaller bloom back there. Dragon Lime budded out pretty early too, and you can already see some curve in that stem. This is just a mess of labels right now. We also have, what is this one over here? This is a Citramon. And in the background we have some Sudachi, some Taiwanica, some Yuzu. This one is Aichang Lemon. another Ichang lemon, Clemuse, or also known as 10-degree tangerine, Swingle, a fruiting, mature specimen of Swingle, so we took the budwood from one of those. We have Sacaton Citrumelo, which that one's pushing out a little flower bud. Dunstan Citrumelo and some more Taiwanica up there. And if you could see, I have this grow light focused on this one. If that focuses, that's US 942 there. And down below it, we have other citranderins, US 852, US 812, and that is Thomasville Citrange Quat, which we also have another graft down there. And that might be just about everything up top. Down below here, we have a Shakwasha mandarin with a nice big bloom forming on it right there. And back here is Changsha and Karaji. Now, most of these grafts have been successful. I've checked them all for callus and to make sure they're not drying out. Of course, when they're growing like this, we know they're definitely successful. Some of those bottom ones have been more reluctant to grow, which makes sense. More of the growth is going to be up here, so I'm focusing more of the rarer varieties and the trifoliate varieties up here because that's the main focus of the plant. But we will be including some others, like Tri, for instance, is one I will be looking to graft onto here, as well as some various other citrange hybrids from this really cool breeding project going on in Pennsylvania, as well as some Bishop Citranderin and possibly Poncerus Plus, maybe even some others, but I'm trying not to overwhelm it too much. We already have a lot going on here, but you can see this is a really big project with a lot of varieties going on, so it may take some rebalancing at certain points, but for now I'm just letting it grow and put as much energy into whichever grafts want to grow so that this is healthy enough to take some more. So that is our multi-grafted Citrumelo project. This will be a really nice backup too if we ever need to regraft some stuff in the future. I don't want to lose any of this material just in the off chance we ever need it. And it'll be really cool to see the diversity of fruits. We essentially have kumquats and lemons and grapefruits and limes and all these different substitutes and hybrids of those fruits. So it should make a really cool piece. And there it is just from a different angle there. So cool to see that in development. I will, of course, update in the future. As long as this tree is alive, I will give some updates and see how things are going. Maybe even some of these branches might be strong enough to hold some fruit with some support this year, but we're not going to push it. If a branch looks too weak, I will pull the fruit or flowers off of it. So, strolling past here, those are seedlings there, and I got a bunch of LSU purple figs going. But on the other side of the laundry room, we have this project here. These are basically like container greenhouses. I set up some LED strip lighting up here that I thought was reasonably high quality. It's set on a timer and it has a sunrise and a sunset mode. And what's cool is inside of here, you can see we have a huge diversity of citrus seedlings. Somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 200. Back there is a lot of the Citrumelos and Citranderins. We have some Taiwanica and Pomelo. Here we have a lot of, let's see, we have some Swingle there. We have the Yuzu and 10-degree Tangerine. Oh, I remembered, we have Calamondin there. And then a bunch of Dunstan Citrumelo here. Some US 852 sprinkled in and some Rusk Citrange. Pretty cool to see all the different kind of foliage types going on in here. But it's pretty cool. This gives me a good head start. Some of these seedlings, if they express particularly interesting qualities, we will look to keep them, potentially for breeding purposes, or if they have unique fruit. And some of these will be in stock in our store. So the mulberries.org, some of these in the back are already kind of reaching that good seedling size and thickness where we would like to ship these as seedlings. Some of these smaller ones here still need a good bit of time. Some of those Dunstans may be approaching shippability in the near future. But basically a lot of these excess we will use as inventory for the nursery. So that is all stuff you guys can look forward to. If you're trying to acquire these plants or seedlings of these plants, we will have them available for a short period. Of course, you can see our stock will be limited of some of these specific varieties. We will have a lot more growing, but that's just for now. And something cool I just saw back there, we also have some Thomasville seedlings going. So that's pretty cool. But basically, yeah, you can see the lights up above here, and we just water these seedlings in these little tree cones. I think it's Stewie & Sons is the website that sells these. But they're really handy for growing some trees with some nice healthy root systems. They air prune at the bottom, so you get some nice fibrous roots starting, and these plants should be well off to establish in their future homes and do very well. So we're making sure they're healthy. You can tell they just got some watering and some fertilizer. Some of these were looking a little thirsty, so they definitely needed it. But this is where a lot of the kind of stratification for unique hybrids and potential tetraploids happens. So I'll plant out a lot of our extra seeds here, and when something interesting happens to pop up, we pull it out, and in this case I show you guys, but we will be potting those up soon so they can grow a lot bigger outside of this restricted environment. So just wanted to show you guys that. That is our little project there. We also have some cuttings and figs going on in there. But basically, that is what we have to show you guys for this update. So I hope you found it interesting. There was kind of a lot to cover in a short period of time. This is really only a teaser for what's to come. But if you have any questions about what's going on with these seedlings, what's going on with the crazy grafting project, or any of the other seedlings we have going on, just feel free to comment on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I will see you next time with another cool update related to citrus or some of the other many fruit we will be growing. All right, bye-bye for now.